Shalom, shalom. Uh, 9/20/2022. Oh my goodness, another 22 is coming up. 2022. So much stuff has come out um in this last few weeks. Um, so I want to bring you back to the words of the Messiah, Matthew 24, the whole chapter, but more importantly, I want to focus on one thing. Be honest, okay? Be honest. It's imperative that those who are in the faith, those who are true disciples of Christ, that we be honest, okay? Of course, your first and foremost is to be honest with the Most High, confessing your sins, being open to laying out your sins on the table, okay? So that you won't be accused in this day and age and hour, so that your sins will not weigh you down. That's what that means. So your sins won't weigh you down. Um, your sins weigh you down by keeping them covered up. That's the weighing down of sins, because your sins are covered up. There's a blanket over them, right? And as long as those sins are held down, you can't be free. You can't have the liberty that you need in this day and age. So be honest, okay? That is the most important thing. Be honest, because we live in a time of deception, a time of uh, perception bias, um, a lack of uh, accountability of the things that people are putting out. Just lawlessness, just no boundaries, no forefooting on no ground. Okay, so that's for the true disciples of Christ, that you just be honest. Okay, be honest with yourself, be honest with your friends, family, but have tactic, have tact when you're being honest. Okay, don't just be brash with your words, because your words can cause more harm than good. Okay, so uh have some tact about how you doing it. How do you have tact about how you bring about the truth? Is asking the right questions. Okay, not, you want to avoid asking why questions and what questions. You want to stay with the who and the how. Those are the questions, who and the how questions, that you want to stay in when you're trying to give someone truth, when you know that they have a falsehood in their mindset. The who and the how, okay? Because the who will give context to who are the players in that situation, or what is the reasons, or who is bringing forth the reasons that something is being asked or said. Okay, you want to stay in that kind of realm. Who, what, when, yeah. You want, it's the who, how, and the when. Those are the three questions that you want to stick to before you get to the what and why. Okay, because what and why, uh, people usually internalize that personally as a judgment upon their own perspective. Okay, not that you're trying to judge them; they just interpret the what and the why questions as a judgment of on themselves, whether it be their beliefs or their thinking. Okay. Um, United Nations, they in New York. They doing their meeting, doing the gathering, trying to find a deal. We might see a peace deal with Ukraine and Russia. Might. Okay. Um, and that peace deal may not last long. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they get a peace deal, semi peace deal, whatever, ceasefire, whatever. Okay? Russia is looking out for Russia. They're not worried about no Trump. They're not worried about no United States elections. They're not worried about no next election that's coming up, Republicans and them. They're not worried about that. Okay? Even if they try to influence and cause division in there, that's not, Russia is looking out for Russia. Okay? So let that be known. Russia is looking out for Russia. They don't give a damn about the United States, okay? And in fact, they hope that it will be gone away. And we know this because at the Sochi, the Shanghai Corporation speech, Xi Jinping said, look, we can't let external factors bring about these color revolutions. We can't let that happen. Okay, that was his main focus about the interference of other players in their affairs. And you already know who's the other players intervening in their affairs. Okay, it is the Western Hemisphere powers. United States and Great Britain infighting. There's already infighting in the United States. So this tells me that the Dmitry Duduman prophecy was true. He was a true, well, I won't say he was a prophet, but he had a true prophetical message to the people of the United States. There's infighting happening right now, and that infighting is on, they say it's on immigration, but that's one part. There also the inflation part that we have going on. I mean, it's Pinocchio's going on, just straight Pinocchio going on in the United States, up in the echelons. Like they just lying right to your face. They lying right to your face. That's troubling times. Okay, that's lawlessness. And for us, disciples of Christ, we cannot be in lawlessness. Okay, we cannot. We have to be truthful. We have to be honest, even in this world, this age of the end. Our Majesty is gone. God rest the dead. That's the end of an age. Okay. Now I have been saying Muhammad bin Salman. It's the next. I don't know why I get these two mixed up. Ibn Saud. Ibn Saud is the king of Saudi Arabia. That's Muhammad bin Salman's father. But either way, if the son is ousted and the king dies, it's going to be infighting in that house. And that is the next leg in the Middle East that I'm looking for when it comes to that. The infighting over there. One more thing. The feast of the Feast of Trumpets is coming up. I'm not going to talk about the Feast of Tabernacles yet. The Feast of Trumpets is coming up. The red heifer, have you seen the post that I put up? They got the 5 red heifers. If they slaughter these red heifers, right, during the Feast of the Trumpets, cleansing the temple or cleansing the instruments and the priests of the temple to ready to do sacrifice, we know that the abomination of desolation is on its way. Okay. I have to look at the Abrahamic house and see if it's been finished. If they finalized it, finished it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're going to be finished it by the end of September unless they have a fast track plan to get it done in the next 2 weeks. To get all the buildings done in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to look at that again. We got to be mindful of the deception that is going on. You can't just get your news from one side of the atmosphere because they're not telling you everything. If I get a chance, I will try to provide you with other alternative sources of news so you can get a full range of perspective of what's going on. I say that because now Turkey is making their voice known and heard. And Turkey has the influence of what they call the Baltic Seas. We don't know if Turkey is siding with the East or siding with the West. I don't think they side with either one. I think Turkey is going to stay neutral because they have a goal to conquer Constantinople. Okay, that's their main goal is to conquer Constantinople. So that means things have to come down. Now, I'm gonna get back to the 4.5 grams of silver. You have to prepare yourself, having some cash on hand, because the Feast of Trumpets is another time frame or another shoe that will drop soon, whether it's in the markets or whether it's world political, geopolitical events. You still have to be prepared. Okay, there's no time to sleep and no time to waste at this day and hour. That's my 10 minutes of your time. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Well, you can't subscribe, but at least follow here on Instagram where I'm at. And just know His Majesty has a plan, and you are in His hands. Shalom.